Moms and dads, listen. You're not the problem, but you are part of the solution. And this podcast is here to help you reach with your troubled child. Known as the teen whisperer, Jason Clopton counsels young adults and has a proven track record of reaching kids when parents can't. Listen and take notes. This show will help you figure out what's bugging your baby and build a bridge to a better relationship with your kids.
What's up, everyone? My name is Reg Clark, better known as the Diversity Dude. I also share this podcast. I'm going to make an attempt, this podcast platform, I'm going to make an attempt to fill some really big shoes of Jason Clopton, the teen whisperer. A lot of people will say, okay, what's the Diversity Dude going to talk to teens about? A lot of great things because of my 20 plus years in human resources. There's some things that I want to hopefully just plant seeds. And I hope that the parents out there will help these seeds germinate into something bigger. Every child has so much potential for success. There are no born failures. So every child has that potential for success. And one of the things that I'm most excited about when I see today's youth, when I see the teens of today, is that they've grown up in a more inclusive environment than people in my generation have. They surround themselves with people who are not only like them, but who are also different from them, which is a very powerful thing. So please, parents, continue to encourage individuals to surround themselves with a broad group of friends, and be sure to understand that you're modeling that behavior for them too. So hopefully you have a great group of friends and a broad group of friends, an inclusive group of friends that we continue to learn and grow from. And there's a great exchange between human spirits when you surround yourself with people who are different from you. That's going to be evident in everything that individuals do. So one of the things that I would impress upon parents and teens of today is watch those habits that you're starting to develop, because those habits, as a human resource professional, I see many of those habits in the workplace today. And I can tell you with a certain amount of accuracy, those who have always had good habits versus those who have always had bad habits. Those habits are formed by, in some parts, by the people we hang around, by the company that we keep, the old birds of a feather flock together routine. So be careful of the company that you keep. Be careful of the company that your kids keep, and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with that positive energy of those individuals who make you want to achieve more. And that can only really, truly happen when you surround yourself with a diverse group of individuals. For me personally, I try very hard to make sure that my group is inclusive of a little bit of everybody, because that's how I learn, and eventually that's how I keep from embarrassing myself out on the world stage, in the real world, because I've had enough experiences. I've had enough individuals that I could talk to get information on different topics. Not that I have to be an expert in any topic, but by learning a little bit from my peers, from my friends, from my family, then I'm better equipped to be able to not only discuss a topic, but to actively listen about a topic and reserve my judgment about that. So surrounding yourself with positive people also allows you to control your stress, because positive people tend to emit less stress, right? So putting yourself around positive people who do positive things will result in you becoming a more positive person and doing more positive things out there, whether it be your study habits, whether it be work habits. As you continue to grow and you grow with people who want things, who want to achieve things, then you will see that you are that person. I often have a saying that if I'm the smartest person in the room, then I need to get into a bigger room. I never want to be the smartest guy in the room. I always want to feel like I have something to learn from other people that are in the room. That makes me better as a professional, and it gives me a better ability to empathize with people. And empathy and sympathy are different. The empathy is just that idea of being able to put myself in someone else's shoes before I pass any judgment on them. So if I happen to deal with somebody from the LGBTQ community, if I happen to deal with somebody from the Hispanic community or the Asian community, not only just looking at myself as a Black person, but being able to put myself in somebody else's shoes, being able to put myself in a woman's shoes and understand some of the things that she may deal with or anyone may deal with before I pass judgment on anyone and what they do. And what I found out is that when I do that, when I don't pass that judgment, when I practice empathy, not only do I seem to gain a lot of respect from the people that I'm dealing with or talking to, but I also seem to have more genuine relationships with the people that I work with and work around. And those very genuine relationships yield so many benefits beyond just another friend. Is someone that you can get honest feedback from. Is someone that you can talk to candidly. Um, you should have people in your life that you know that you can go to and you can count on. And that's why it's very important to surround yourself with the positive people and be a positive person yourself. Those habits that you pick up, if you pick up bad habits as a teen, I guarantee you it's going to be harder to break those habits down the road. So if you get into that negativity, the gossiping, the just I only deal with this group of people, these certain people. When you get to the workplace, I can tell you right now with a great deal of certainty that those same habits will follow you into the workplace. So, parents, teens, start working on developing great habits. Start surrounding yourself with positive people, good people, people who you want to emulate. Parents, have your children hang around people who they want to emulate. There are great programs out there like Jack and Jill, but you don't necessarily have to join a formal program like Jack and Jill. I'm just holding that out as one program um, that you can surround yourself and you can learn great habits. And it's not just something that is a show. It's something that becomes a part of who you are, something that you do on a daily basis, something that you should practice. I hope that as you begin to develop and continue to develop these skills, is that you put them into action. Um, One of the things I like to do when my son was a little bit younger and he played lacrosse, he's a junior in college. My youngest son is a junior in college now. Um, is when we went to dinner. I'd like to take him and his friends to dinner. And fortunately, he did also have a very diverse group of friends. And we talked about all kind of topics because it was important for me to hear these teens from these different backgrounds, how they interpreted information that was out there, things that they were hearing in the news or on the web, and get that information. One of the things I used to always do is say, okay, great, take all the cell phones, put them in the middle of the table. I've seen this on a show somewhere years ago. And the first person that touches their phone would have to pay for dinner. Now, of course, I would never make them pay for dinner. But one thing that I did know is that kids like challenges. So it was a challenge to see who could go without touching their phone the whole time and developing some of those habits. And I still talk to my son's friends and they'll give me a call and they say, Dad, Mr. Clark, I still do the phone game at dinner sometimes. That means that was something that made an impression upon them. And I was happy to do it. And it's something I still practice today. So practice those good habits, practice surrounding yourself with very positive people, practice being a positive person, practice listening and actively listening and engaging other people. Always see what you can learn when you're in the room. What is it that I can learn? What can I pick up? And parents, model these behaviors for your kids. Sometimes when you're talking, turn the TV off, give them your undivided attention. And you can ask them to do the same. When you're talking to them, hey, put that phone down for a second. Close that computer for a moment. Let's have a talk. Let me hear you out. How's everything going on? How are your friends doing? Check in on the friends as well. How are your friends doing? Have your friends come over. Let's do something together so we can have some interaction time, some adult interaction time. I'm telling you, these habits that you pick up now will be habits that you'll be grateful for when you get into the workplace and what we like to call the real world. So, as I like to say on my show, I think I'm going to park right here and pay the meter.
You've been listening to the Teen Whisperer podcast with Jason Clopton, known to his clients as JC the Counselor. Check back every Tuesday for new episodes wherever you listen to your podcasts. Find out more and connect with Jason at ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com.